Hello, I'm Jargus here, and I've got a bit of different video for you, instead of relating to anything you usually see from me. Here's a little story of something that happened recently in my life. I was in a car accident. Oh yes. And it wasn't a fun one either. It was on Sunday morning, about 8:30. We were coming home from church, and it was our normal time, and it started raining when we were leaving. We didn't think anything of it. It was barely coming down. It still didn't look like it was coming down too bad when we got out, but it was a bit slippery. It's just the middle of winter, of course. So we were almost home. This is only about 5 minutes driving distance. And there was one road we were going over, because right in the middle of it is just a turn. Who's that messaging me? Okay. That turn is where we go to our home street. Thing is, there's a bit of a hill right in the middle part that we travel through. Hundreds of times over the years. And there was a little red car just sitting there. So it was a bit to the side, but we went around it, start going up the hill. Except then we started falling back down and would not go up anymore. So we swerved to the side, and that red car, no passenger end, ended up crashing into it. Yeah, that wasn't fun at all. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Yet. There was a little old lady in it. She was okay. Bit shaken, but she was real nice about it. You could hardly walk over from one door of the car to the other without almost slipping and falling, because the black ice had just gotten that bad. So while we were sitting there, pretty much neither of us able to move, a truck came down from the top and was slip-sliding all around, and it swerved in to its side, and the end of it hit our driver end by the front light. And the guy came out. He was saying how he tried to put it in park and get control, but nothing worked. He was real cool about it too. Except while that was happening, a little silver car was coming down the same way he came. He didn't know if it was going to hit him or not. He just squished between his truck and our car. He'd be a pancake. So he did the quickest thing he did and jumped into the back of his truck. And it didn't hit him. Instead, it crashed into a pole and broke a mailbox. And whoever was in there, someone got hurt, because the house right in front of us, those people came out to see what was wrong, and the person grabbed the other one and carried them over to the front door. So they got them a little first aid, but we were still sitting there for a while. And then finally a cop showed up to get our information and such. And he was telling us that there was a big accident on the highway where like 50, 60 cars were all powered up from this disaster. Because everything looked fine if you actually went out in it. And so this truck, its tail end was stuck inside the front end of this car, of our car. So we couldn't move either way. And even with the ice, we still couldn't move. So he said he'll be back once he did some stuff. So he left, and some emergency people showed up. They were out of salt, so they put something on the ground to help just move the cars. But eventually, it started regular raining and melting some of this ice. But the road was still treacherous. And eventually, he came back and said he'll finish the paperwork later, because he did the overnight shift and was about to get off, but he'd have things in the mail in the morning, so everything would be okay. Going in about insurance. And so a little red car went into a driveway or something on the side and just stayed there, not moving. It wasn't her house, whoever she was. And the silver car they had to take away on a tow truck, because its entire front end got broken off. And we were lucky, we just had some car damage. The real lucky one was the red car because it was just a little bump on the front side. Nothing bad at all. So, we carefully drove that car home and never used it again. Why? Because it was way too damaged. We had to take it to the dealership, which actually wasn't too far from home. It's right across the street from where I work. And they've been at it ever since then. It's been almost a month and a half, and we still don't have the car back. Because they've been working on fixing it, and started as a little bit of damage, has turned out to be over $9,000 worth of damage. Fortunately, with insurance, and the fact that we got it from there, and it's still pretty new, about 2 years old, you pretty much only have to pay a couple $100 out of it whenever we get it back. It's supposed to be soon from the last call to us, but that's what they said the last couple of times, and we still don't have it back. And ever since then, it snowed at least twice a week, or a big snow once a week, and it hasn't let up. And today we had the biggest snow so far this winter, about several inches of it. Luckily it wasn't hard like the last big one we had where it snowed all day. So we and our neighbors, because we always help each other shoveling, in less than an hour and a half we got it all shoveled out today. Last time we had the snow here, it took like 3 hours for everybody. So yeah, I really hate this winter, because I work in a grocery store, and whenever they say snow, people in 3 states away come and clear us out, and it's just a huge pain in the ass. It makes me hate life and hate humanity. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for listening. And if you're a regular subscriber, expect more of my regular content soon. Thanks for watching.